Hey, Empath, dear light being, welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Nana Gyesie, transformational coach here at Inner Marriage Coaching, where we help folks understand the trauma-informed basis of limiting self-beliefs and how to take inspired action to overcome it. Today we're going to talk about the empath versus narcissistic abuse, how to rewrite your mind and heart, therefore rewriting your reality. You see, you've been taught that reality is what happens to you, that your life is shaped by events, people, and circumstances. But here's the paradigm shift. Reality is not what happens. Reality is what your mind and heart agree to interpret as real. And when you survive narcissistic abuse as an empath, that agreement has been hijacked. And today we're not just talking about healing, we're talking about dismantling the very script that narcissists, systems, and even ancestral programming have embedded into your consciousness. I'm going to show you academically, spiritually, scientifically, and even at the highest akashic level, how to rewrite that script so completely that your very timeline shifts. First of all, from a neuroscientific perspective, it's important that you realize that the mind is simply a pattern recognition engine. Meaning that the part of the brain responsible for memory, the hippocampus, records events. Then the part responsible for fear of flight, the amygdala, tags them emotionally. And then the prefrontal cortex creates the story of what happened. So memory, amygdala, cortex. But then the catch is the story is never the event. It's all about the interpretation. And narcissistic abuse works by corrupting this interpretation loop. And gaslighting rewrites your hippocampal memories. That's why a lot of people don't remember their trauma. You've heard people go through acute trauma and say, I don't remember my childhood. It's important to also realize that triangulation keeps your amygdala in constant hyper-arousal. Love bombing and devaluation create conflicting dopamine and cortisol spikes that tether you to their energy field like a drug. Now, from a Buddhist lens, specifically when you think about the mind, particularly what's known as papancha mind in Pali, papancha meaning a mind that is always proliferating, suffering arises not from reality itself, but from the labels that we attach to it. And the narcissist spell is essentially a hijacking of labels, meaning you're too sensitive, you're imagining things, this is love. And from an akashic perspective, your reality is a co-authored script. But the narcissist has inserted themselves as the ghostwriter, slipping in their own lines. And you're reading from a script that you did not write. Now, when we come into how the body and mind gets contaminated, the Bible, just to make a reference here, particularly in Proverbs 4:23, goes as follows. And above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. In the Upanishads, the heart is the seat of pure consciousness, which is the very source of perception. And research done by the Heart Math Institute confirms that the heart emits the largest electromagnetic field of the body, influencing not only your brain, but the brain states of those around you. Meaning, narcissistic abuse contaminates the field. And when your heart is in a constant state of fear or defense, it sends incoherent signals to your brain. And that incoherence becomes the default lens through which you interpret reality. Remember, an uncontaminated mind-heart field is resonant and self-generating, whereas a contaminated mind is reactive, distorted, and internally in chaos, you see. And when you understand this, you begin to observe your mind states as states that determine how you experience your reality. And you become very conscious about what is a good prison or good place to be versus bad, which is a prison. So in Stoic philosophy specifically, Epictetus taught that men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. And the Tao Te Ching mentions this even further by stating that when people see some things as good, other things become bad. The narcissist exploits this polarity by creating good days and bad days, love and punishment, all designed to keep you acutely addicted to their approval. From a quantum physics standpoint, this is nothing more than the observer effect, which we talk about often. Your observation collapses probability into reality. And if you've been conditioned to expect harm, your very attention organizes your environment to confirm it. The paradigm shift here is there is no inherent good or bad, right? Only the resonance of your interpretation. And an empath who escapes narcissistic abuse must learn to exit this polarity entirely. It's important that the empath doesn't get caught in what is good versus bad, but rather focus on what is aligned vis-a-vis what is misaligned. Not seeking what is right or wrong, but focused on what is coherent, and what is incoherent. And once you start to focus your consciousness in this way, this is how you begin to rewrite the script. And you rewrite the script by reclaiming the spiritual pen. So academically, this is about cognitive reframing, but in karma, this is about transmutation. And you start by identifying the recurring narratives in your mind, especially the ones that feel inherited, rehearsed or automated, and write them down and write the opposite. You could also purify the heart field. And the heart is usually purified through deep breathing, by reciting mantras, and there are many of them, by regulating the vagus nerve or regulating it through Om chants or breathing. Even engaging in practices such as metta bhavana, which are very, very powerful, which is very powerful for purifying the field. Metta meaning loving kindness in the language of the Buddha. Then you also want to catch yourself in situations where you label experiences as good or bad, and replace that with, that's information. And information can be used, therefore information can be transformed, you see. So as we come to the end, if any of this resonates with you, type transform in the comment section. Send me a message at nana@innermileage.com and realize there's no one like you. But you do realize that when an empath escapes narcissistic abuse and rewrites the script, a profound shift occurs. Meaning, the nervous system resets from hypervigilance to presence. And synchronicities increase because your frequency no longer attracts chaos. And people who once ignored or dismissed you will start to seek your insight, not because you prove yourself, but because your field has become undeniable. And at the highest Akashic level, this is what is happening. You're collapsing the karmic loop that tied you to the narcissist across lifetimes. And you're reclaiming authorship of your own incarnational arc. You're no longer a character in someone else's play. You are the playwright. So know that the empath did not just hurt you. The narcissist. And you, the empath, were not just hurt. You were in a situation where the narcissist wanted to colonize your perception. But the mind and the heart are not fixed terrains. They're quantum instruments. And when you purify them, synchronize them, and refuse the script you did not write, you will discover what all mystics know. And all mystics know that reality bends to the frequency of an uncontaminated heart. So now the question is, will you keep reading the script written by the narcissist, or will you finally write your own? If this resonates with you, type transform in the comment section. Keep shining your light and realize there's absolutely no one like you. Don't give in. You are here for a purpose. Peace.